Hello everyone. I only have just a couple minutes. I wanted to give you some updates on the homestead. I harvested all the garlic yesterday and now I'm leaving it on the dryer rack until the leaves actually turn brown. You can use some different way of drying, but this is always what works best for me. And now our garage smells like an Italian restaurant, which is lovely. I love the smell. Some people might not, but I don't mind it. And right now we do not have like an outside covered place where we could keep them to let them dry out without getting rained on and things. And the way I organize it is I just have the smallest bulbs up here. There are small bulbs, yes. These I consider small. So from the tip of my finger to the first line is an inch. So they're maybe an inch and a half wide. Those are small. And then I do have them, so I have medium bulbs, a little bit bigger than that down here, and then the biggest bulbs on the bottom. And oh, this is pretty exciting to me. It's fun. It's fun to me. And this kind of stuff, pulling them really, it took maybe, this is one of those 10-minute tasks. Maybe. To pull all these, I had a container already. I had a wheelbarrow already. There's a lightning bug in here. A wheelbarrow ready to go. To put them in the wheelbarrow, wheeled them in the garage. That took another, putting them up there by size, carefully, so it didn't fall off. Took another maybe 10 minutes. And so if you're doing things in small chunks, like little tasks, pulling your garlic and putting it in a container and bringing it inside. And then go do your other tasks. Take care of the kids, make the dinner, whatever it is. And then the next task could be just sorting them out on your dryer. And now these are just going to sit. These are going to sit for like 2 weeks, at least. Like I said, until all of the leaves, there's a skink I missed. All of the leaves are brown. Once all of the leaves are brown, then they're ready to be harvested or processed for storage. But right now, they're just chilling out. There's zero effort going on right here. The only thing I got to be mindful of is when I try to get to my tools, I just don't want to disturb this drying rack. And I do need another drying rack. If you guys have suggestions for drying racks, I would love to hear them. I thought this has lasted about 3 years. And it was fine. I think I left it out in the weather one year, so it made it a little bit less sturdy. Anyway, that was one 10-minute task. And now this is a 2-3 week task that just sits there. This is going to be doing its own thing. I don't have to do anything to it until it's time. So I put on my calendar 2 weeks from yesterday is when I pulled them. So I put on my calendar for 2 weeks from yesterday. Process the garlic. Super easy. Getting ready for the next make and take, which will be a resin workshop where you can make some gorgeous little flower, garden related themed resin items similar to these. Not exactly like this. And every creation will be different because you're the one that's going to put them together based on what you like and what you don't like. Okay, so that's going to be coming up. I want to take you outside, show you what's going on with the raised beds. We have a mudroom. This is the first house with a mudroom. We probably could have used it years ago because we had 5 kids in the house. We had 5 kids, 2 dogs, about 3 cats, a bunch of fish, turtles, you name it. We had all kinds of things. No, I'm not going to show you that. Just focus, Tam, focus. I did get a new truck, new to me. It's a camper truck. So, because I can't drive a truck and haul a trailer. So if I want to just get away and go see some sights, and I just got, a couple days, then at least I can get away in this little truck. It's going to be exciting. Anyway, that's not what I came here for. I'm getting distracted. Potatoes. Hi potatoes, bye potatoes, potatoes in bags, could use some water. These probably could use a little bit more hilling, which is good because I have more straw. Moving on. Okay, here are the raised beds. Here are the raised beds. They are full of life. Full of life. So exciting. Oh, hummingbird feeder is empty. I need to take care of that. So up front we've got some calendula to attract the pollinators. Calendula, I planted none of those. Calendula will go to seed on its own. And I let some of the seeds fall in. And apparently I let a lot of seeds fall in. So they're growing on their own, which is fine. They're going to attract pollinators. And there's some in the back too. And then there's some on this side over here, this corner here. It's kind of like a mirror image. Like that. And if I wanted to pull or to put any more plants in, I would just pull out some calendula, and the ducks love it. So I give it to the ducks. You also, it's an herb of some sort with some medicinal value, but I don't know what the medicinal value is, so I don't talk about that much. That's a weed, thistle. Oh, it's got pokers. I'll come back with my gloves. These are onions. The leaves are getting really large. I put them in the middle of the bed so they get all the rainwater that they need, because onions need about 2 inches of rainwater. So they're doing pretty well. Over here are the cucumbers. They finally started growing, let's say. Just growing. They finally started growing, and they're adding flower. They're getting flowers. So as they go up the trellis, I'm doing a gentle tie to the trellis. This is not the kind of trellis that I can weave the plants into, which I like better, but it's very pretty. It's very elegant. So I don't mind doing a tie. And here's a really quick thing about ties. If you're going to tie your stuff on to things, make it loose enough that the stalk can get thicker without getting impacted by whatever you're tying it to whatever structure it is. You need to leave a little bit of wiggle room. You need to leave a little bit of room for swaying in the wind, because for some things like tomatoes, that's how they get pollinated, is from wind movement. So when you go to tie, make sure you leave a little bit of room. Usually, and I think I had it up here, usually you want to tie underneath one of these branches like that. So that way you've got the Y's above where you're tying. Okay, so those are cucumbers, more calendula. Here's an onion, second year onion that went to flower. And it's funny because it fell over and snapped, probably a week ago, but it is still going to go to flower, which also means seeds for me. So I have quite a few of those, and I will gather those seeds. I think what I'm going to do is put a mesh bag over the top, because the seeds fall out really, really easy. And I want to capture all the seeds I can so I can grow onions from seed next year. Oh yeah, cucumbers. There's a little fruit. There's a flower. These are just coming up. I gotta tie this one. Oh, he grew taller. I did tie it once. I'm gonna tie it. I'm also gonna think about which way my winds blow. And they come toward me from the west to the east. So I'm going to let this rest here, so when the winds blow, it's right up against the trellis and it doesn't get knocked over. Ooh, that's exciting. And it's getting tendrils, so it can grab onto things. I'll just assist it a little bit. I've got some flowers for, it's an annual, zinnias, not zinnias, I forgot what it's called. An annual for hummingbirds. They are tubular flowers, so the hummingbirds like to go right in there. Let's see. So I don't feel that bad about not having the bird feeder filled, because I have plenty for them to eat. Like over there, those Jacob Klein bee balm there, and there's a whole bunch over there. So they've got natural sources of nectar. More cucumbers. A lot of cucumbers. Hey, listen, like me, if you live on a busy road and it's too loud for socializing, plant gardens. Plant gardens. And then use your backyard for socializing instead. So this is my front yard. And then I have a couple cauliflower plants I tucked in here. They don't need a whole lot of sunshine, which is fine. My chives I cut back to give them a little bit of sunshine to grow. I've got some spicy thyme that is really going to town, and it does have some flower blooms on it. And then over here is small zucchini plant with radishes sown around the outsides of it. This calenda's crazy. So tiny zucchini plant with, this is radish seeds, leaves, radish plants. And then this is a zucchini. We put the radishes around there to detract the, what do you call it? Vine borer. Vine borers lay their eggs in the soil. The larva comes up and starts eating your vines. That's why they die back really quickly. And there's a lavender from last year, overwintered inside this bed. It's very small right now. I can move it anytime. See, that's the thing. If you put something in your raised bed and you think it's too much, you can always move it. Almost always move it. Very rare exceptions. Okay, this cucumber leaf, get that up there. Okay, so that's that bed. And then this one is similar. Start with the zucchini with radishes around it to detract from the vine borer, or disguise it from it. More onions, more calendula, more of the spicy thyme. Ooh, it smells so good. And on this side I have some tomatoes. These, I believe, were Bonnie Best tomatoes. They're starting to form fruit already. I have been cutting off, this is a sucker right here, comes out of the crotch here. I have been cutting suckers off and replanting them in other places so they will grow. Oh, this is another sucker. I missed that sucker. I can get that one off. But it's growing pretty tall. Again, I've got them tied up, but loosely. Hold on loosely. Don't let it go. Cling too tightly. Oh, sorry. I was sexing my tomatoes. This is how you can get them to fertilize themselves. Gonna lose control. Another tomato over here. Same variety. Not as tall, but I have a lot of branches. So it was like every other sucker I took off and I repotted somewhere else. Put in the ground somewhere else. Another little cauliflower hiding below here, which is fine because we don't want those doggone cabbage moths attacking them. They like brassicas. Like I said, onions going to seed, and then I let the dill come up over here too. A little bit more scent. But also, I love to collect eggs and caterpillars and help raise them into beautiful butterflies. If the caterpillars are left on the plants, the birds usually eat them, unless they're in some kind of good spot. But it also is a little bit of frilly against the solid onions. So in your raised beds, you can do anything you want. They're yours. You can put whatever you want to. They're yours. And I added these little frame things so that once the zucchini starts rising up, the vine starts getting longer, I'll be able to tie it to the framework here. Last year I had them going over the sides, spilling over. I had yellow squash too, doing the same thing. But this year I want them on the sides. And let's see, what else? I was weeding the other day, and bless his heart, hubby wanted to help weed, and I said, that's great, but here's the thing. I want you to leave this. That's dill. And that's for caterpillars. For swallowtail caterpillars, I don't see any eggs or anything yet. And parsleys, or like wild, like Queen Anne's lace, wild carrots. Last year I had 6 or 7 on a bunch right along here. So I brought those in before the birds got them. There was one year, because over there is my bird alley, wild bird area. It's got all kinds of things for them to eat, seeds. And then over here are berries that they could munch on as well. So one year I put a whole bunch of caterpillars on dill over there around the corner, and I went to check them the next day. They were all gone. And they didn't wander off when they got eaten. And there's a little bit of there's got parsley in there. And I think somewhere in there's some cilantro as well. But these are the raised kitchen garden beds. And they're 4x4x2. 4x4x2. With 2 cute arches. And 2 sets of flat panel arches. These are actually meant to be like pet gates that you put around your yard to keep your pets in or other critters out. And then we have metal edging that usually keeps the grass out with, when I walk on it, pea gravel. It crunches. One thing about pea gravel around your beds instead of grass is deer don't like the feel of it on their hoofs. And some other critters don't like the feel of it. So they're less likely when they start stepping on things, especially in the dark, and they can't see what's going on. They don't like it on their feet. See? Okay. So this is where we stand right now, and it is June 24th. And I wanted to show you. And then I've got some garden path stones, paver stones, so I could walk through without stepping. Like if I was barefoot, I could step on them and not hurt my feet with the pea gravel. Our weather's been crazy, so it's really hard to get predictability on these. We may end up with quite a few tomatoes, and all very short. But we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. It's all an experiment. And my latest thing is everything's temporary. So I just want to try everything, like all different things. All different things. Oh, here's a little bit of fennel, again for butterflies. We had, I think I picked out 11 caterpillars last year, swallowtail caterpillars on this area, at this area on fennel. There's some rue that accidentally grew. Don't plant rue unless it's in a pot. You will rue the day. Here's another herb bed with some more dill. It's a big dill. Okay, anyway, I want to show you. There's our mystery squash or pumpkin, or it's not zucchini. See the squash or pumpkin. And here's the melons. Aren't growing much. Sunflowers are trying to grow. Oh, now we got some leaves. Now we have some first true leaves coming out. That's exciting. These are personal size watermelon, sunflowers, more squash. This is yellow squash and beans. But you see, the rabbits have not eaten those. The deer have not eaten those. And this is out exposed to the elements fields. So you can do it too. So the raised beds were something kind of high-end, stylish like furniture. These no-till easy beds were something that are a very cheap alternative. And then these are squash trellises. So the squash can grow up and the watermelons can grow up. And yeah, so I just wanted to give you some updates. This was another no-till bed. Sunflowers, cosmos, zinnias, chives, zinnias, salvia, that's what I was thinking of, the red hummingbird one. Persimmon tree. I'll probably have to move back a little bit. It's probably too close to these shrubs. But I'll do that in the fall, probably. More cosmos, sunflowers. Oh, something got to that one. It's okay. Sunflowers, chives, eucalyptus, up in here and there, and then just a little bit of herbs. They'll spread like I want them to. Snapdragon, chives. And in the back were sunflowers. Hubby, bless his heart, was helpful, and he was weed whacking. Oh, we got one. We got two. Three. There's three sunflowers. Well, four. There's one over there. Four. Well, we got 4 sunflowers now in this area, but he did get all the thistles, and in different types of budgets. And if you have questions, you can always contact me. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help you with your gardens. I do have unlimited text, phone, video, messaging. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show you alternatives. Video, chat, phone call, unlimited, $25 per month if you would like to start being coached in your garden journey. Wherever you are, I can probably help you out. And doggone it, for $25, really? That's like, what, 1 DoorDash meal? If you have 2 DoorDash meals a week, you can have, 2, 4, 6, you can have 8 months of coaching. So I can coach you even through the winter if you like. Or you could just sign up for the summer, for the growing season. But reach out to me. I don't know that you need it unless you tell me. So I'm not a mind reader. But I would love, whether you're a beginner or maybe you've been doing it a year, maybe 2 years, maybe an experienced perennial gardener and you want to get into something different, or you have questions about your perennials, love to help you out. Happy Monday.